Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your January 2021 general reading. This will be a mini cross reading, and I am using the um, Impressionist Tarot. Of course, we will be clarifying with Levita Sibila, and then we will wrap the reading up with the Golden Nostradamus card. If anybody wants to purchase a reading from me, my most popular package is the 45-minute reading. And for some reason, that form is not behaving properly. I've had developers look at it, I've had PayPal look at it, I've had the Stripe people look at it. Nobody, my hosting company, nobody can figure out why my form is not rendering to PayPal. So I'm going to have to change that form out and then put my PayPal me link at the bottom. So I'll just go in there. I'll have to take the form away and actually list the things that I need in the booking form for you to send to me. Now, how you're gonna have to email me, so I'll have my email address there as well. So, with that being said, I have already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign, and the cards started to deal themselves. So let me turn the camera around, and then we'll start the reading. So, the card that you can see, which is up front here, is this Knight of Swords, but that was the second card that fell out. Let's take a look at the first card. It is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so in the mini cross, this is where we are now. The unknown influence is this Knight of Swords. Let me put one more shuffle and rifle on these, and we will complete out the spread. Uh-oh. Well, you see it's the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, and that is the foundation, or what we know. What is in the near or distant past? The Fool card. And what is in the near or distant future? I think this is going to be an ugly Mercury retrograde, uglier than normal. Okay, and so what is in the near or distant future? We have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so let me see. I don't have any repeater numbers. That's first. What is over the entire reading? It is the Knight of Wands. Okay. Well, Virgo. Two things. The first is that this is a financial issue for a lot of you, but it also is about doing something, what you are doing, how it's being done, the manner, the method. Okay, because that's what the pentacles represent. They not only represent finances or the material plane, but the actual doing of something. There's not a lot of movement in the spread, save for this Knight of Swords here at the top. Now, normally the Four of Pentacles speaks to, or the number four is a solid number. It speaks to solid foundations and stability, both perhaps financially. Now, just because that means that doesn't necessarily mean you got all of the money that you need, right? But it just means that things aren't as bad as they could be. But it also speaks to a point of resting and sometimes even stagnation. Here at the bottom, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And I think that's really good because that leaves us five pentacles in between these two. And the Five Pentacles can be this idea that you don't have enough. You're feeling impoverished. You are worried about your finances. Indeed, in this economy and this situation, some of you may even be facing eviction or foreclosure. So it's depends on what you have going in your life, what's happening in your life. But this Nine of Pentacles speaks to the idea that you know exactly what you want to do, and I think you know exactly how to do it. Okay, let me give you the meaning of this Nine of Pentacles card here. Uh-oh, I didn't start my clock. Okay, got a new thing, y'all. So the Nine of Pentacles says you have a history of putting yourself in the right place at the right time and making the most of every opportunity. You also know how to make the most of your gifts, talents, and time alone. So the key words are prudence, prosperity, discernment, and accomplishment. Now, for me, the energy feels as though it's going this way. So what this tells me is that something new is about to come. Something new is about to enter into your life. This is either going to be some new venture, trip, adventure, but also on a spiritual level, it speaks to a whole new way of looking at life or experiencing life. I do like to see the Fool card come out. Well, depends on the what do you call it? The placement of the card. So this is in our near or distant past. So this tells me that either some of you, this has already begun. For others of you, you may be in the thick of it right now. And then for the rest of you, it's going to play out through January and into February. Okay. But I also feel that whatever this new start is for you, there's a bit of uncertainty in it. That is the Fool, represented by Uranus. And Uranus is always the unexpected. It is always the idea that you really can't make plans for whatever it is that's happening because it's volatile. Okay. And volatile is not really the right word because that implies some type of negativity. It's not a negative thing. It just means that it's a volatile situation, right? It can go up, it can go down, it can change, it can move forward, it can move backwards. Here with this Knight of Swords, this card tells me that you're going to receive some kind of message, okay? And that message is going to place you in a position in which you're going to have to make a choice. Now, I don't know if some of you are, because again, from the 4 to the 2 leaves me 2 pentacles. And 2s always represent choice, options, dualities, oppositions, okay? And what do you call it? And a crossroads, right? There's something, you're weighing up 2 things or you're doing 2 things at once. But for me, this Knight of Swords, and on the one hand, it represents to me Mercury going retrograde, which will be at the end of the month on the 30th, but we're already in the pre-shadow phase. And man, it's making some stuff crazy. And so, so this tells me that there's going to be some type of reversal or at least some message coming from, I want to say, almost from the future into the past. And I think what I mean by that is that it may be something that you've already dealt with before, but it kind of vanished off the scene, and now it's going to make a re-entrance, okay? In which case, what my guides are telling me to tell you is that you're going to have to make your intentions and your plans known. You're going to have to communicate that in a way that's clear, concise, and without any doubt of what you mean and what you know what I mean? Okay. Because there's a choice that's coming up. Now, 2 Knights typically means you doubt the sincerity of a male friend. So I don't know if this is somebody from your past, because sometimes that's what the Knight of Wands can represent. Someone from your past coming into the future, right? Nevertheless, you're doubting the word or the sincerity of what that person is saying to you. So this could be romance, it could be finances, it could be, it could be anything really. Because remember, this is not just finances, but it's also the doing of something. For some of you, you may even have a choice between 2 different people. Maybe this Fool card is somebody new who has entered your life quite recently. Okay, and quite recently can mean anything. However, and now that I've said that, I'm getting another message from this 4 of Pentacles. This 4 of Pentacles is kind of saying to me, you were sitting around, you've been minding your own business, you've been doing your thing, and suddenly someone new has come in. Okay. This card, though, also has another meaning, which I think is really, it says focus on your material needs and your physical existence. Make sure that your money and property are all in order. Protect your health, your physical well being, and your finances. The key words are wealth, material gain, asset management, and protection. So, with that being said, I always tell people, particularly women, that you have responsibilities to yourself. And the responsibility is to protect your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, but also protect your property and your assets. Okay? Because sometimes this card, the Fool card, can be being foolish. So I get the sense that some of you are going to be presented with an option or a choice. You're going to hear some news or some message, and it may be like a brand new, fresh start for you. There's exciting possibilities, but I do want you to be careful, particularly if this message is coming under this Mercury retrograde, because you will find that after the Mercury retrograde passes, the idea may collapse. Okay, it won't go forward. And so the idea behind any retrograde planet is to revise, rework, revisit, retweak, review. Any word that you can put re in front of is what you need to be doing. If this is a contractual issue, I do want you to be cautious, because it may end up that there could be some kind of contract that you sign now that either falls apart later, or it's going to have some type of clause in it which you're not going to be able to get out of. Okay? And so I would say, if you are doubting the sincerity of whatever this thing is that's coming in, or the words that someone's speaking to you, or the offer that they're bringing to you, you really should perhaps maybe wait, speak clearly your intentions, and let folks know exactly where you are. You don't have to always answer people back right away. Wait, think on it, get real clear, use your analytical skills, use all of your brain power, or you know what I'm saying, to kind of game out whatever this thing is. So what I want to do is I'm going to take a look at this Knight of Swords, simply because he's riding in to the past, but he's looking out towards the future. And that in itself is kind of contradictory, because it's almost like the cards are saying to me, it's somebody who's doing something, but they don't know what they're doing, which again can be that thing about the Fool card, being foolish, someone who's completely unqualified to do whatever it is that they've been doing or they're attempting to do. And so they may come to you for some skill, some knowledge, and whatever, but it's going to end up going south. So I do want you to pay attention to that. Now, 3 cards down, the Lamante, the Alegria, and the Delirante. Well, that's interesting. So the two things that I'm getting, first, the Lamante. If this is not a water sign female, okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, then what this is saying is that right now you're in a highly emotional state, okay? But this thing about alegria, the alegria is pastime with family and friends. So what this means is that you may find yourself in a group of people whom you don't know very well. These are what's known as the fair weather friends. Maybe you know them from the bar. Maybe you know them from the club. Maybe you know them from some other type of gathering place or meeting place. And I would even dare to say, falling on this Knight of Swords, that this could even be some type of online group, okay? But here you have the Delirante. Now, the fact that we have 3 people in each card lets me know that this is a group of people. I won't say it's just 3 people. It is a group of people, all right? But one of these individuals, or the news, or whatever's going on within the group, is the kind of information which can lead you astray, okay? Now, if this is some type of investment club, if it's something, then I want you again to be extremely cautious, because it looks as though to me that you have been planning and doing the right things, and you've amassed and you've accrued something quite um, quite I don't want to say substantial, but solid. If that makes any sense to you. I don't know how to turn this off. Okay? But at the same time, someone is giving bad advice, or the people that you are hanging around with are not doing things in a proper manner. And it may be that there's a leader of the group, okay, who is disseminating this information or will be coming back to you with this information. And this card says, don't listen to what the person has to say, because what they are saying is not kosher. Okay? And so those people who are going to follow this individual or follow that advice may end up in a predicament where they're going to have to choose between two things. Okay? Or they may lose what they have accrued, and they're going to be down to like these two pentacles. And sometimes the two pentacles means you got to go out and find a second job to make up for what you've lost. Okay? So, that's a word of caution. You are free to do whatever you choose to do. But I think you well know, Virgo, that research is what we do and what we do well. So make sure you do your research. But also, if something doesn't feel right, trust what your intuition is telling you. So I want you to formulate your question for the Golden Nostradamus, and let's see what perhaps he can see that we can't. Here we go. It is the Cherries, number 21. And let's see what they have to say. He who believes everything with ease will often be seen, redden, and tease. This is exactly what the card's saying. Perhaps you are too trusting and not worldly enough. Look carefully within or in those around you to separate the illusions from the truths that you need. This is a clear warning, okay? And it may be already that you've trusted someone whom you did not know very well. And now, crap done hit the fan. Okay? In which case, you're going to be presented with some kind of choice, something you're going to have to do. And I don't know what that is. All right? It depends. So that's what I have for you for January 2021. I do hope those messages help you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And until next time, namaste. Virgo, there was something I forgot to tell you about this, particularly this Diranti card. Sometimes that card is about misjudging a person or a situation, and then you find yourself in trouble. Now, I have also seen it show up that you are in a group of people and you can expect some kind of violence or bad things to happen. So again, I want you to be very careful and trust what your instincts are telling you, all right? Because some of you will misjudge a situation and or person. Sometimes that card can be about the one-off mistake, and sometimes it can be about a continuing mistake. So you may find yourself in the company of people, some kind of group, doing something that you're doing. It may have some kind of financial thing in it. You are misjudging the situation, and whoever's leading the group is not being straightforward. Okay? So that's what I had to say. That's the most important thing. So until next time, bye.